cameraman Harry Mamura. Now, it's not a name that maybe many Americans know, but he was a well-known Japanese cinematographer who was born in Japan. Actually, went to Hollywood, worked on mainstream Hollywood movies in the 1930s. Went back to Japan, and actually in 1942 was the cinematographer for Akira Kurosawa's very first movie. That's how prominent he was. He was then enlisted by the Americans to shoot most of their footage. So that's again, the level of quality that went into this. And Harry Mamura then shot much of this footage that some of this you're going to see now. This scene here is nurses marching into the Red Cross Hospital in Hiroshima, which was badly damaged, and they were. Footage was shot in the fall or winter following the atomic bombing.
Where was this color footage then? It's marked at the National Archives as United States Air Force, but when did people first learn about this?
Well, I guess it's kind of a long story, but one of the handful of men who took part in this project was a man named Herbert Sussin. He got out of the military and went on to be one of the pioneering network TV producers and directors. But he was haunted by what he had seen there. And so he was tried for years to get permission to get at this footage, which was kept on basically military archives for so long, and was never allowed. And then in the late 1970s, he happened to attend a UN exhibit of photos from Hiroshima and saw an image, which was basically a still from this footage. And he told the organizer, "Well, I shot that, or my team shot that footage." And of course, the man was shocked. What are you talking about? He said, "Well, this is footage I shot back in 1945, 1946. And that led to the Japanese to then investigate. They found that the color footage had all been declassified at the National Archives a few years earlier, but no one knew about it. So it was just as if it had not been declassified. So the Japanese then launched a mass movement. What was called the 10-foot campaign. You would donate a certain amount of money and you could buy 10 feet of this 90,000 feet of footage. And they ended up getting all of the relevant footage back in Japan and started making films in the early 1980s. And actually the first time I was exposed to this was in New York in 1982, when that first Japanese documentary was shown, and Herbert Sussin spoke before it. I then became good friends with Herbert Sussin. I edited at a magazine called Nuclear Times, the first article ever about this, the suppressed footage. And then it became, I guess you'd say, a mini sensation. Documentary filmmakers then started to use it. Everyone knew about it. And so thanks to Herbert Sussin and the Japanese, the footage finally emerged after 35 years.